A very good evening, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. So, as we continue with the series called Drug of the Day, our today's drug is Acarbose. So, let's get started. Acarbose, as you can see here, it belongs to the class of an anti-diabetic drugs. In anti-diabetic drugs, we have already covered in our previous drug of the day videos the DPP-4 inhibitors, especially sitagliptin and others as well. And also we have covered the GLP agonist. Okay, so if you want to refer to those, yes, you can check out those videos, GLP agonist and DPP-4 inhibitors. In today's video, we'll be covering alpha glucosidase inhibitors. In that, we have three drugs, acarbose, megalithol, and voglibose. Of this, specifically acarbose in detail. Okay, so let's get started. This is a drug of the day, acarbose. Coming on to its acarbose drug, we have to understand that it is a complex oligosaccharide. Now, most of the drugs that you might have seen, they are completely different from what acarbose is. Acarbose is an oligosaccharide. What is an oligosaccharide? It is the one which contains 2 to 10 sugar molecules. So yes, it is a complex oligosaccharide. I hope we remember what are monosaccharide, disaccharide, polysaccharide. Okay. So remember this, its mechanism of action. Yes, it is important. You might have seen it in its classification itself that it inhibits the alpha glucosidases. What is this enzyme and what is the function of this enzyme? So this enzyme is the one responsible for the digestion of carbohydrates in the brush border of small intestine mucosa. Digestion of carbohydrates मतलब ये क्या करता है? ये डाइसैकेराइड या पॉलीसैकेराइड को मोनोसैकेराइड में कन्वर्ट करता है. Okay, so this digestion of carbohydrates, because अगर वो carbohydrates digest होगा, then only it will get absorbed. Okay, so remember this word that it inhibits the alpha glucosidase responsible for digestion of carbohydrates. Its mechanism of action is important. Coming on to the next, it also decreases the absorption. As I said, अगर वो डाइजेस्ट नहीं करेगा पॉलीसैकेराइड्स का, देन उसका absorption भी इनहिबिट हो जाएगा. So ये उसको भी कम करता है. ठीक है? So its basic mechanism, just remember it inhibits the alpha glucosidase enzyme. तो एंजाइम याद रखो, और ये एंजाइम क्या करता है? कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स को डाइजेस्ट करता है, कॉम्प्लेक्स मॉलिक्यूल्स को सिंपल में कन्वर्ट करता है. ठीक है? Next, it also has a GLP release action. Now, GLP release action मतलब क्या? अगर GLP के बारे में, if you want to have a more in detail explanation, it is given in a video of sitagliptin and also the GLP agonist. Okay, ये जो दो ड्रग ऑफ द डे में जो वीडियोस है, ओके, उसमें यू विल फाइंड द GLP के ऊपर इन डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन, व्हाट इज इट्स यूज, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन, how it causes insulin release and everything. Okay, so you can refer to those videos to get an in detail about GLP. So acarbose का एक additional function है कि वो GLP भी रिलीज करेगा. ठीक है, so we have to remember कि ये GLP release action भी देता है. Okay, next is the one, it postprandial hypoglycemia is reduced without increase in the insulin levels. मतलब after you eat, the level of blood glucose is also decreased. Coming on to the next part, ये HbA1c को moderately decrease करता है. I hope we know this. HbA1c, it is glycosylated hemoglobin. तो इसको ये moderately कम करता है by 0.4 to 0.8%. Okay. So yes, can I say it is a mild hypoglycemic? It is causing a moderate decrease in your glucose level. Also, the change in the body weight and the lipid levels is also minimum. Matlab, if a person is diabetic and if is taking acarbose, so body weight के ऊपर effect ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. And also your lipid levels, that means it is an advantage. Correct? We don't want our body weight to increase or decrease. If you want to know which drugs increase or decrease your body weight, you can refer to the video of sitagliptin also. Okay, coming on to next, to get optimum effect of all glucosidase inhibitor, they are taken at the start of the meal. So remember this, they are taken at the start of the meal. So why do we take at the start of the meal? Because their function is at the start itself. They are inhibiting this enzyme which is responsible for digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. So if you take it afterwards, after it is absorbed, then it has no meaning, right? So yes, it is taken at the start of the meal. I hope you understood why it is so. Okay, coming on to the next part, no hypoglycemia. You might have seen that sulfonylureas we have this ripaclinide, nataclinide, insulin, they cause hypoglycemia, right? There is a major disadvantage that when you take these drugs, there could be a chance that there would be a decrease in the glucose level below normal. Okay, so here again an advantage that there is no hypoglycemia. So two advantage: one, less effect on body weight and lipid, also no hypoglycemia. I hope we understood it. Coming on to some other drugs of the same class, we have some contraindications as well. So as you can see in contraindications, it is contraindicated in inflammatory bowel disease. Okay, so remember Acarbose को contraindicate करते हैं IBD में. उसका यूज क्या है? ये माइल्ड एंटी हाइपोग्लाइसेमिक है. वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन दैट कि ये मॉडरेटली HbA1c को कम करता है. It is not a hypoglycemic. We saw this in the previous slide itself. So yes, you can give it in obese diabetics as well. I hope you understood the meaning of it, why it is so. It's ADR, mainly you will see the GI symptoms, that is flatulence, abdominal discomfort, loose stool. Why it is so? Because fermentation of the unabsorbed, जो carbohydrates अगर absorb ही नहीं हुआ है तो वो जो carbohydrates है उसका fermentation करते हैं हमारे gut bacteria, जिसके वजह से वो gas होता है, the flatulence problem occurs. So major problem is the GI symptoms. इसलिए इसकी acceptability जो है that is very less. Okay. Coming on to the next part, Acarbose can decrease the blood glucose in both type 1 as well as type 2 diabetes. पर the approved drug हमें देखना है, that is only pramlintide. So even the Acarbose you can give it, but the approved drug is pramlintide. Coming on to some other drugs, we have Megalithol from the same class. Yes, it is a smaller molecule. Acarbose का भी structure दिखाऊंगी मैं, Megalithol and Voglibose का भी दिखाऊंगी. Megalithol अगर देखो तो ये small molecule है, okay, compared to Acarbose, and it is a stronger inhibitor of sucrase. And also it is contraindicated in renal failure. So renal failure में हम नहीं देते, जैसे हम Acarbose IBD में नहीं देते, हम Megalithol को renal failure में नहीं देते. ये है Megalithol का structure. You can see it is very simple. It resembles like a monosaccharide. Okay, so monosaccharide की तरह दिखता है. Voglibose हर चीज same है as that of Acarbose, चाहे वो properties, use, side effects, so everything is same. And Voglibose and Megalithol जो होते हैं, they resemble the monosaccharide. So कौन सा monosaccharide resemble करता है and कौन सा oligosaccharide resemble करता है? Remember, which is a complex oligosaccharide? Voglibose. Sorry, what was the answer? Acarbose. So don't forget, don't make the mistake. So yes, this is a structure of Acarbose. You can see here. So doesn't it resemble like an oligosaccharide? Yes, and also this is the Voglibose. It resembles like a monosaccharide. So Voglibose and Megalithol resemble monosaccharide. Acarbose is an oligosaccharide. So these are some brand products of Acarbose. Gluco-Bay, which is by Bayer. Okay, so remember Gluco-Bay by Bayer, Acarbose. Then you have Vogliter of Voglibose by Torrent Pharma. Then we have Migter, which is of Megalithol by again Torrent Pharma. So Torrent Pharma is again producing both Voglibose, Megalithol, and Acarbose is by Bayer Gluco-Bay. Okay, coming on to the MCQ part. So this was a GPAT 2018 MCQ. First, read the question carefully. It's an oral oligosaccharide. So oligosaccharide word aa gaya, there only you should get your answer. Okay. Oral oligosaccharide hypoglycemic agent, that means an anti-diabetic agent, which is administered at the start of the meal. ये दो ही keywords है, oligosaccharide and start of the meal. You are thorough with your answers. Is it pioglitazone? Is it Acarbose, Megalithol, or glimepiride? What do you think should be the answer? We have studied. It is an oligosaccharide. Okay. So oligosaccharide hai. So what should be the answer? Yes, it should be Acarbose. So some of you might have thought कि Megalithol भी हो सकता है ना. So why not Megalithol? Megalithol भी तो हो सकता है, वो भी तो start of the meal पे देते हैं. But no, remember the word oligosaccharide speaks for it. So yes, this cannot be the answer. The answer is only one, acarbose. If they would have asked you about monosaccharide, okay, then the ones which resemble monosaccharide, then Megalithol could have been the answer. I hope you understand and you take out those keywords from the exam, from the question, and you get the answer. Coming on to the next question, which of the following does not cause hypoglycemia? So we know which cause hypoglycemia. We have already seen कि insulin तो करता ही है, उसी के वजह से hypoglycemia होता है. That is major disadvantage. Again, sulfonylureas, I have said ripaglinide, natiglinide, ये सारे hypoglycemia cause करते हैं, but which does not cause is our acarbose. So इसका एक advantage है कि hypoglycemia cause नहीं करता. Remember this. Coming on to the last MCQ, which of the following drug is alpha glucosidase inhibitor? If you see ये directly classification से question पूछा गया है. ये question NIPER में बहुत आते हैं. Directly from your classification, very basic question. Pioglitazone, is it acarbose? Is it metformin? Or is it natiglinide? I hope we know the answer of this. What is the answer? Yes, it should be acarbose. It's an alpha glucosidase inhibitor. Why not pioglitazone? Pioglitazone is a PPR gamma agonist, peroxisome proliferator activated receptor agonist. इसके वजह से क्या होता है, फैट सेल्स में ग्लूकोज का अपटेक बढ़ जाता है. देन वी हैव AMPK एक्टिवेटर, AMP डिपेंडेंट प्रोटीन काइनेज. इसके वजह से ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस इनहिबिट होता है, ग्लूकोज का अपटेक होता है स्केलेटल मसल में और फैट में. एंड देन वी हैव दिस natiglinide, व्हिच इज ATP डिपेंडेंट पोटेशियम चैनल ब्लॉकर. So I hope we understood. Classification से क्वेश्चन आया, कब लेते हैं उससे क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, which does not cause hypoglycemia. Okay, so remember all these things. So thank you so much for watching. So if you like this video, then please do like, share and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Also press the bell notification on so that you get daily updates on the videos being posted on this channel. We also have a free WhatsApp group where we daily post the MCQs regarding GPAT and NIPER. So yes, do follow us on Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.